What if I told you one man risked everything and came within days of losing it all before building one of the greatest fortunes in history? This is not just a success story, it is a story of risk, failure, and decisions that could have ended everything. Elon Musk was not born into the success you see today. He grew up in South Africa, and from a young age, he was obsessed with technology, books, and building things. At 17, he left everything behind, moved across the world, and arrived in North America with almost nothing. No powerful connections, no guaranteed future. His first real step into money came with a small startup, working day and night, sleeping in the office, pushing through failure after failure until he finally sold it, making his first millions. But instead of stopping, instead of enjoying the money, he made a decision that most people would never take. He risked it all again. He went on to help build PayPal, a company that would completely change how money moves online, and when it was sold, he walked away with a fortune. Now he had everything: money, security, freedom, and that's when he made the most dangerous decision of his life. He invested nearly all of his money into two impossible ideas: electric cars and rockets. People laughed, experts doubted, and the industry rejected him. But he kept going. Then came the year 2008. Everything started collapsing. Tesla was running out of money. SpaceX had failed multiple launches, each failure costing millions, burning everything he had built. At one point, he didn't even have enough money to save both companies. No success, no billions, no empire, just failure. Then something changed. SpaceX finally succeeded. A rocket reached orbit, proving everyone wrong at the same time. But Tesla secured a last-minute investment, just days before it collapsed. From the edge of total failure, everything turned around. Years later, Tesla became one of the most valuable car companies in the world, changing the entire industry. SpaceX revolutionized space travel, landing rockets, reducing costs, and achieving what governments struggled to do, from almost going bankrupt to becoming one of the richest individuals alive. This story is not about luck. It is about risk, persistence, and making decisions when everything is on the line, because success is not safe. It is uncomfortable, uncertain, and often looks like failure right before it becomes history. And sometimes, the difference between losing everything and winning everything is one decision. But even after reaching this point, the story doesn't simply end with success, because maintaining that success brings new challenges, new risks, and constant pressure to keep moving forward. Markets change, competitors rise, and expectations grow higher, forcing every decision to carry even greater weight, and every mistake to cost even more. This is where most people fail, not at the beginning, but after they think they've already made it. Because staying at the top requires a different mindset, one that is built on constant adaptation, learning, and the ability to handle pressure over long periods of time. Success creates attention, and attention creates criticism, making every move visible and every decision judged, which adds another layer of difficulty beyond just building something from nothing. And sometimes, even in the middle of pressure, there are moments where everything feels unreal, like you're asking yourself, did this really happen? From almost losing everything to standing at the top. But that feeling doesn't last long, because reality quickly returns, bringing new challenges, new risks, and new decisions that must be made, again and again, without stopping. And here's the part most people don't see: the constant pressure behind the scenes, the sleepless nights, the fear of losing it all again, even after success. Because nothing is ever truly guaranteed. One wrong move, one bad decision, and everything can start falling apart again. That's what keeps the story alive, not the success, but the risk that never goes away. And that's exactly why the story keeps pulling you in. Because deep down, you know it could go either way, success or failure, at any moment. One decision could build everything, and another could destroy it just as fast. And that uncertainty, that tension, is what makes people keep watching, waiting to see what happens next. So the question is no longer how it started, but how it continues, because every new step carries the same risk. Every expansion, every idea, every move into the unknown could either push things higher or bring everything crashing down. And that's what makes this story different. It never truly ends. It just evolves. And the deeper you look, the more you realize it's not just about money. It's about control, timing, and the ability to act when others hesitate. Because hesitation is where most opportunities are lost and where most people fall behind, while a few keep moving forward, making decisions others are too afraid to take. And that's where everything changes. And when you start to understand that pattern, you begin to see it everywhere. The same cycles repeating: risk, doubt, action, and then outcome, again and again, separating those who watch from those who act. Because in the end, it's not the idea alone that matters, but the moment you choose to move or stay still. And that moment, that exact second, is where everything shifts. Where fear either controls you or you move past it, because most people wait for certainty. But certainty never comes. Only decisions do. And the ones who move anyway, despite the doubt, are the ones who change their path completely, while everyone else stays exactly where they are. So, here's something practical you can actually use. Real success isn't about taking random risks. It's about calculated decisions, understanding what you can lose and what you can gain before you move. Always focus on one skill that can generate value. Improve it daily, and don't rely on luck. Build discipline, stay consistent, and most importantly, learn how to keep going when things don't work, because that's where most people quit. And another key lesson is to manage your energy, not just your time, because burnout destroys more opportunities than failure ever will. Take breaks when needed, but don't lose focus. Surround yourself with information that pushes you forward, and avoid distractions that slow you down. Over time, these small habits compound, creating results that seem impossible at first, but are actually built step by step. Thank you for watching this journey all the way through. I truly appreciate your time and attention. If you found this valuable, then you're already ahead of most people who never take the time to learn. This is just the beginning, and there's so much more coming. More stories, more lessons, and more insights that can actually change the way you think about money and success. So make sure you subscribe and stay with me, because what's coming next will be even better.